Las Palmas, officially Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, is a city and capital of Spanish Grand Canary Island, in the Canary Islands, off the northwestern coast of Africa. It is the co-capital, the most populous city in the autonomous community of the Canary Islands, and the ninth largest city in Spain with a population of 383,308 in 2010. It is also the fifth most populous urban area in Spain and ninth or 10th most populous metropolitan area in Spain. Las Palmas is the largest city of the European Union lying outside the European continent. Las Palmas is located in the northeastern part of the island of Gran Canary, about 150 kilometers off the Moroccan coast of Africa in the Atlantic Ocean. It enjoys a very mild and pleasant semi-arid climate highly influenced by the Atlantic Ocean, with mild to warm temperatures throughout the year. Locals know it as the eternal spring, with an average annual temperature of 21.3 degrees Celsius, according to a study carried out by Thomas Whitmore, Director of Research on Climatology at Syracuse University in the U.S. Las Palmas enjoys the best climate in the world. The city was founded in 1478 and considered the de facto capital of the Canary Islands until the 17th century. Today, the city is co-capital of the Canary Islands with Santa Cruz. It homes the Canarian Ministry of Presidency, as well as half of the ministries and boards of the Canarian government, and the High Court of Justice of the Canary Islands. Thus it is the judicial and commercial capital of the Canary Islands, and is also home to a large part of the executive power. History. The city was founded by Juan Refon on 24 June 1478, with the name Real de Las Palmas. Refon was head of the invading Castilian army, before engaging in war with the locals. In 1492, Christopher Columbus anchored in the port of Las Palmas and spent some time on the island on his first trip to the Americas. He also stopped there on the way back to Spain. The Colon House Museum in the Vegeta area of the city is named after him. In 1595, Francis Drake failed to plunder the island. The raid and partial destruction of Las Palmas by the Dutch under Vice Admiral Peter van Erders in 1599 is considered a major event in the city's history. In 1927, Las Palmas was designated the capital of the Canary Island by decree of November 30, 1833. The Las Palmas seaport, Puerto de la Luz, known internationally as Lilas Port, benefited greatly from the closure of the Suez Canal during the Arab-Israeli conflict. Due to its situation as nexus of two continents and its importance as a tourist destination, many foreign workers migrated to the city. Las Palmas is a sister city of San Antonio, Texas in the United States, which was founded in 1718 by about 25 Canary Islanders. Administrative divisions. Las Palmas is divided into 5 administrative districts, which in turn are subdivided into districts, not necessarily consistent with the traditional neighborhoods. Climate. Las Palmas has a hot semi-arid climate with warm dry summers and moderately warm winters. Its average annual temperature is 21.2 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius during the day and 18 degrees Celsius at night. In January, the coldest month, the temperature typically ranges from 19 to 23 degrees Celsius during the day, and around 15 to 16 degrees Celsius at night, with an average sea temperature at 20 degrees Celsius. In the warmest months, August and September, the temperature typically ranges from 27 to 30 degrees Celsius during the day, above 21 degrees Celsius at night, with the average sea temperature at 23 degrees Celsius. Large fluctuations in temperature are rare. August 1990 was the warmest month on record, with the average maximum temperature of the month during the day being 30.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest temperature ever recorded was 6.0 degrees Celsius on the 19th of February 2016, when it falls a few flakes of snow along with strong winds to hail. The highest wind speed ever recorded was on the 28th of November 2005, measuring 113 kilometers per hour. Las Palmas City has never recorded any snow or sleet. Annual average relative humidity is 68%, ranging from 65% in March to 71% in October. Sunshine duration hours is above 2,800 per year, from around 190 in winter to around 300 in summer. It rains on average only 22 days a year, with total precipitation per year of only 151 millimeters. Demographics. As of 2008, nearly half of the people of the island and almost 1 in 5 of all inhabitants of the Canary Islands live in Las Palmas. Throughout history, Las Palmas received waves of immigrants from mainland Spain and countries from every continent. The majority of the population is Spanish, although there are large North and Sub-Saharan African and Latin American communities, as well as important historical minorities such as Indians and Koreans and a growing Chinese population. Ethnically, most autochthonous Canarians are descendants of a mixture of Aboriginal people of the Canary Islands, the Spanish conquistadors and later European colonizers. Education. Las Palmas is home to University of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria with a PPR. 25,000 students. The city also has a wide variety of state and public primary and secondary schools, IES La Mina, IES Mesa y Lopez. International schools include Deutsche Schule Las Palmas, the British School of Gran Canaria, the American School of Las Palmas, Lycée Français René Verneau. The French International School is in the city limits of Telde. The Las Palmas Japanese School, a Japanese international school, was formerly located within the city, located in Tafira, Barghaan. It opened in October 1973, making it the first Japanese school in Spain and the third oldest in Europe. It closed in March 2001. The Escuela Complementaria Japonesa de Las Palmas previously provided a weekend supplementary Japanese program. Culture. Las Palmas offers a variety of theater, cinema, opera, concerts, visual arts and dance performances. The city hosts the Canary Islands Music Festival, the Theater and Dance and the International Film Festival. The main city festival, celebrating the foundation of the City Fiestas de San Juan, is held in June. The Carnival of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria is known not only in Spain but also worldwide, and is one of the main attractions for tourists. The city center of Las Palmas, specifically the Vegeta and Triana neighborhoods, are included in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Museums, theaters and exhibition halls. The Museo Canario is located in the historic district of Vegeta. Founded in 1879, it is an international partner of the Council for Scientific Research. It has a valuable collection of Canary archaeological objects, which are exhibited in 16 halls. It is also equipped with a library of over 60,000 volumes, many of them dealing with the Canary Islands topics. Its archive covers period from 1785 until today. The Casa Museo de Colón is in the Plaza de San Antonio Abad, behind the Cathedral of Santa Ana. It focuses on the history of the Canary Islands and its relations with America. It has 13 permanent exhibition halls, a library and dedicated study center, and diverse spaces for temporary activities. The complex consists of several houses, one of which was accessed by Christopher Columbus during his first trip to America in 1492. It was the residence of former governor. It is organized into 5 subject areas: America before the discovery, Columbus and his journeys, Canary Enclave, strategic base for experimenting with the New World, the history and genesis of the city of Palmas, and painting of the 16th century to start of the 20th century. The Casa Museo Pérez Galdós is located in the Triana neighborhood of the city. It is the birthplace of Benito Pérez Galdós. It has an extensive collection of documents, books, furniture and personal belongings of the writer. The Museo Nestor is in the neighborhood of Garden City, dedicated to the modernist painter Néstor Martín Fernández de la Torre. The museum was opened in 1956 in the architectural ensemble of the Pueblo Canario, which was conceived and built by his brother Miguel. It has 10 exhibition halls, as well as a documentation center and pedagogy. The Elder Museum of Science and Technology is an innovative, interactive, engaged in scientific and technological culture. Elder, located in the building, which dates from the end of the 19th century, has 4,500 square meters of exhibition halls, workshops, interactive modules, large format film and greenhouse ecosystem. The Maritime Museum, located in the former Jetfoil station, has around 1,000 square meters of floor space. When the expansion is finished, it will have a giant pool to simulate interactive bay, where a large ship can be handled by visitors. The Atlantic Center of Modern Art, opened in 1989, is one of the most important references for the cultural and artistic life of the Canary Islands, and is responsible for disseminating the art made in the islands to the rest of the world, especially Africa, America and Europe. It has permanent and temporary exhibitions that range from the historical avant-garde to the latest trends. It is located on Los Balcones de Vegeta and preserves the original facade of the 18th century. The Teatro Pérez Galdós was designed by the architect Francisco Llano y Alarcón in 1867. Its current appearance, with some modifications, is due to the intervention of Fernando Navarro and Miguel Martín Fernández de la Torre after the fire that destroyed it almost entirely in 1928. Miguel Martín's brother, the painter Néstor Martín Fernández de la Torre, was commissioned to decorate the stalls, lounges and the stage. It was originally called Teatro Tirso de Molina until 1901. When, with occasion of the premiere of Electra, the theatre was renamed after the Canarian writer Benito Pérez Galdós. Following works of renovation, the theatre reopened in April 2007. The Cuas Theatre, on the stage of the former Cine Cuas, is a work of rationalist Canarian architect Miguel Martín Fernández de la Torre. Its main hall has a capacity for 940 people, divided between the stalls and 2 amphitheatres. It also has a large patio that allows the organization of outdoor events. It is currently constructing an alternative test room with capacity for 100 seats. The Sala Insula de Teatro is a scenic area which lies in the main hall of an old church. In 2007, after some refurbishment, the board reopened its doors to the public, welcoming small local assemblies. The Guinea-Guada Theatre, after a decade-long refurbishment, will reopen in 2011. Auditorium and Convention Center center. The Auditorio Alfredo Kraus is located on the Atlantic near the Playa de las Canteras, one of the most privileged areas of the city. Its 13,200 square meters floor area has 11 rooms which accommodate from large conventions and concerts to conferences. The Paladas Congra de Gran Canaria is in the premises of the Institución Ferial de Canarias with a capacity for 800 people on 16,000 square meters. The Center for Initiatives of the Caja de Ahorros de Canarias is housed in a mid-19th century building by the architect Manuel Ponce de Leon in the neighborhood of Triana. It is a small conference center with the latest technology and up to 500 guests. Libraries. The city has a wide network of libraries. Along with the 11 municipal libraries, there are 3 specialized centers. The Library Island, which has the capacity for 500 users in its 3 floors, besides a hall and more than 100 computer connections with 20 internet access points. La Biblioteca Simon Benitez Padilla, center specializing in geology, biology and ecology that contains valuable bibliographical. Former president of the Museum Canario Simon Benitez Padilla, notable advocate of the study of the Canarian culture. The Archives Joaquin Blanco, which contains 160 years of history of the city, is the burning of the houses consistoriales in 1845 destroyed the previous document repository. A library is situated in the first floor of Woman Tower. Other cultural events: Dance Center, Festival of Theater and Dance, Festival International de Cine de Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Canary Islands Music Festival, Jazz Festival, Carnival of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Founding Celebrations, WOMAD Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Opera Festival of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Fantastic and Terror Film Festival of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Neighborhoods Triana, Vegeta, Alcaravaneras, La Isleta, Tafira, Guanatim, Puerto, Nightlife. The historic district of Vegeta has regained great popularity in recent years, the meeting place of choice at weekends for many young people, who fill its bars and discos. In the port area are also numerous bars and nightclubs, particularly in the vicinity of Santa Catalina. The Carnival of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria usually takes place between January and February each year. Popular activities include Magron dances, and Queen and the Drag Queen galas. The WOMAD festival usually occurs in November each year in the capital of Gran Canaria. 2010 marks the 16th edition. Tourism. Beaches. The city has 4 main beaches: Las Canteras, Las Alcaravaneras, La Laja, and El Confital. Playa de las Canteras is the largest of the existing city, and is frequented throughout the year by most city dwellers and foreign visitors. It lies on the west side of the Isthmus of Guanatim, which links the peninsula of La Isleta, located to the northeast, with the rest of the island of Gran Canaria. The 3,100 meters beach is oriented to the northwest in what is known as Confital Boa Bay, and stretches from the foothills of La Isleta until shortly before the mouth of the ravine Tamaracite. Along much of this length, the beach is sheltered from the currents of the Atlantic by a natural barrier of coral sandstone popularly known as the Bar, which is in easy swimming distance from shore. A system for environmental management has been introduced, and the beach has received ISO 14001 certification, one of only 3 beaches in Spain to do so, namely La Conca in San Sebastian and La Victoria in Cadiz. On the inner side of the coast runs the Paseo de las Canteras, a pedestrian street that runs parallel to the beach from near the Auditorio Alfredo Kraus to the area known as Punta frontier until reaching Playa del Confital. La Playa de las Canteras covers 3 areas that correspond to the arches and inflections that it conducts on the coast. Each presents certain morphological characteristics. Playa de las Alcaravaneras extends from the rising side of the Isthmus of Guanatim, an old spit of sand dunes and mountains linking the peninsula of La Isleta, located to the northeast, with the rest of the island of Gran Canaria. It extends from the Real Club Nautico de Gran Canaria to the new marina breakwater of the city for just over 800 meters of fine golden sand. The whole beach is serviced by the promenade, which starts in Las Alcaravaneras, connects with the Playa de San Cristobal, and ends in Playa de la Laja, 16 kilometers to the south. The promenade is one of the recreational areas of the city and is popular with people who take the opportunity to walk, run, play sports, or cycle. The tranquility of the bay and yacht clubs close to the existing beach make Playa de las Alcaravaneras a great place to practice sports such as sailing and canoeing. The beach also offers facilities for sports such as beach volleyball, beach soccer, future volley, and court sports such as basketball, indoor soccer, and volleyball. Playa de la Laja, with fine grey sand, is approximately 1,200 meters long and has an average width of 40 meters. Its moderate waves and currents are no longer dangerous since the construction of a dam in the south in the 1990s. At the time, the Ministry of Environment also trawled the seabed to bring sand onto the beach, and the construction of a boardwalk has significantly improved pedestrian access. Due to the intensity of its streams and incoming waves, La Laja has been hailed as a favorite surfers' beach. It is the starting point for boat races that occur every weekend between April and October. Playa del Confital, southwest of the peninsula of La Isleta, is a natural extension of Las Canteras Beach. The area normally suitable for swimming covers about 2 kilometers, but the coastal strip is much greater. It consists of panels of rock with a layer of gravel at the end of them. Until some years ago, the beach was home to a small shanty town, which was eradicated. The land of the Confital went back to being public. Ensuing works proved controversial, as some environmental organizations and the residents of the city questioned the legality of the proceedings. The waves arriving at the beach are highly thought of by amateur and professional surfers, some of whom consider the Confital as having one of the best right waves in Europe. Here, the ocean currents form a tube that is used by more experienced surfers for its speed and strong contrasts. Each year, qualifying events for the Professional World Surfing Championship take place on this beach. Parks and squares: Avenida Maritima, Avenida Emiracuta Say Lopez, El Confital, Fuente Luminosa, Parque de la Merdomia, Parque de Santa Catalina, Parque de Ramas, Parque Juan Pablo II, Parque San Telmo, Plaza de Canarias, Plaza de España, Plaza de la Feria, Plaza de las Ranas, Plaza Santa Ana, Triana. Other sites in the suburbs: Band Arma Caldera in Santa Brígida, Las Palmas is part of the Tafira protected landscape. It is considered a point of geological interest because of the caldera de Band Arma. This volcanic caldera reaches 569 meters above sea level at the highest point on its rim, Pico de Band Arma, and is about 1,000 meters wide and 200 meters deep. The steep walk to the bottom of the caldera takes about half an hour. Volcanic ash of different hues is in great abundance, and there are some interesting botanic species of Canary Islands origin. There are facilities for food and refreshments as well. Archaeological sites in Santa Brígida, in the valley of La Angostura and Las Meliguinas, can find numerous traces of Aboriginal Canaries that have prompted the declaration of the area as a cultural as groups of caves carved into rock silos or sidewalks. In the archaeological site of El Tope, discovered on the 16th of July 1988, where you can see remnants that suggest the existence of an Aboriginal burial mound, as well as ceramics, pottery and curious pintadas. En la parte norte de la caldera de banda que entre la cueva de los Canarios, utilizada por los Aborigines como granero. It has been discovered Libyan Berber inscriptions and some vessels. Also in the same area in the wall of the volcano in the Stews, the Cueva de los Frailes was discovered in 1933, a set of 37 caves. Church of San Juan Bautista, built entirely in Arucas stone by local master masons, and it dates from 1909. Apart from the wealth of the carved stone columns and column heads, there are also some beautiful stained glass windows, the works of Canary Island painter Cristobal Hernández de Quintana, and an extraordinary carving of the reclining Christ by Manuel Ramos. Jardin de la Marquesa de Arucas, Botanical Garden in Arucas. Iglesia de San Juan Bautista de Telde is the true spiritual center of Telde, located in the square of the same name and founded in 1483. The old church was erected by the Garcia del Castillo family at the time of the town's foundation. It still has the original gateway, an example of Sevillian Portuguese Gothic architecture. The towers, however, are an example of early 20th neo-Gothic construction. The real marvels are inside the building. The statue of Christ on the main altar, made from corn dough by the Puebla Mexican Indians brought here before 1550. The Flemish Gothic main altar, which dates back to before 1516, and the triptych of the Virgin Mary, brought from Flanders, also in the 16th century, depicting 5 religious scenes. Basilica de Nuestra Señora del Pino in Terra from 1760. Archaeological sites in Telde. Telde has 101 archaeological sites and 709 listed assets of ethnographic interest. In regard to the Aboriginal time deposits, each year it expands its number and discover new aspects of old fields, but most are in disrepair and many are disappearing. Some of the most prominent are the coastal town of Tufia, in good condition and extensively excavated by archaeologists. 4 Doors Cave Site, Telde, a large cave with 4 doors located on top of a mountain and overlooking the Teldens Plain, and Almorgrain at the top, a troglodyte village with collective barn in the back. The caves of Tara and Cendro, remains of the ancient center of population, the town of Draguillo on the border with Ingenio. Las Cuevas Galacia, which consist of a labyrinthine series of artificial caves linked by tunnels, and the impressive necropolis of Ginamar, which includes more than 500 tombs of various types belonging to the Old Canary. Basilica de San Juan Bautista in Telde. Basilica de Nuestra Señora del Pino in Terra from 1760.